Hey, what up everybody? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War on PS4. And today we are doing the invasion event for the weekend guild event. So it's been changed up a little bit. Now we're doing invasions on the weekend with your guild. So it's only a 3-day event, and it's a little bit different. I noticed here, not with the rewards, but with the battles, you only have to do like 3 battles instead of 4 or 5. I can't remember what it used to be. But it's a little bit different, a little bit shorter, a little bit easier. And now you probably have to get less points to get all the rewards too. I didn't really check it out too in depth, but everything looks a little bit easier, a little bit shorter, just because you only have 3 days and whatnot. But we get the Bone Scraper here, so if you want to buy up to the weapon, it deals 39 damage to an enemy, boosted by orc allies, then create a mix of 6 green and red gems for each orc ally. Cross knock weapon. I always recommend to buy up to the weapon because you never know. It could become super meta. Like, there could be, just for example, they could introduce 2 new orcs that use those colors that are super awesome, and then that's the best weapon out there with Titan or something. You can bury yourself, create those gems based on the awesome orcs, and then those 2 awesome orcs need those colors, and you never know. And maybe one of the talents on it mixes well with something. There's all kinds of factors involved to why you should always get the weapon if you can. Because if you don't get it now, you gotta wait like 3 or 4 months until it even comes back into the Soul Forge, and then you gotta spend more money on it even then. So it's always just better to get the weapon now if you can, because it's the cheapest it's ever going to be, and it's the earliest you can get it, just in case. Otherwise you gotta wait a long time and you gotta pay more, so you lose in the long run. But here's our event troop. It's one we've used before, so I guess that's why they're doing it on the weekend now, because they're just repeating event troops. So they don't want to like make it a brand new week-long event if they're just going to be repeating troops. And they got the new event, the Council of Chiefs, going on during the week. But the recipe we always use here, Mang with the event troop. And you can use Titan, or you can use another class that you want to level up at the beginning, because I'm showing you this. I haven't fought any battles yet, so this is me looking and making my team for the event. You can use 2 of the event troop if you want. I'd recommend using Titan with Mang if you want to play it safe. If you want to use a different class to level up that class for the first few battles, since they're so easy, that's what I do. I actually go as far as I can. I forgot to level this guy up, but he's our mana generator. So we have Mang with Titan, right? This is the recipe. Mang with Titan. So yeah, the recipe. Mang with Titan. Somebody told me you can get it with 23 red and 23 brown. So the reason there's confusion on when you can get the Mang weapon, with Mastery, that's when you level up. You get to choose between 2 colors to level up, and you get certain weapons once you get a certain amount of colors. In my first 3 weapons to get video, I mentioned it was like 40 red and 40 brown or something like that, but I was looking at online in like the Gems of War database or something credible, and that's what it was saying. So it's not like I'm just pulling these numbers out of my butt. I looked it up. I did research beforehand for that video, and so if the numbers are wrong, I'm sorry about that. They may have changed it and made it easier to get since then, but just it's easy to get either way, and it's it's a certain amount of brown and a certain amount of red, and it's probably less than I mentioned, so that's even better. So who cares? But yeah, I looked that up beforehand on that first 3 weapons video. Gems of War database, Terran's World, whatever it's called, or somewhere, wiki, I can't remember, but I definitely looked it up. And so sorry if that information is wrong, but either way, you'll get it sooner than what I said, and you'll just be surprised and happy if you follow, you know, what I said. But here's our team, fully fledged out here. We got Mang with Titan. Well, you would have Mang with Titan. I have Mang with Monk, because I'm leveling up Monk. We have the event troop. It can one-shot because it's fully ascended, so once we get towers on the other side, we're going to one-shot. We have our mana generator, I forget his name, Volcaron or something, I can't remember. And then we have our Fist of Zorn. He's going to change yellow to skulls because we're using Mang. We're getting a lot of attack, and if our Mang dies, then the other troop can do a lot of attack on towers. So we're gonna be spawning skulls. That way, that's our main damage source, is the skulls. So Fist of Zorn is a good troop for this event. You may even want to put 2 of him or 2 of the event troop instead of the mana generator, because you know, with potions, with Potion of Enchantment and Potion of Explosion and all that, maybe you don't even need a mana generator. But I'm just this is the best team for you in the beginning if you're not using potions even. So that's why I have a mana generator for you. I have the event troop, I have Mang, and then I have Fist of Zorn doing the skull creation. And he's also got empowered Fist of Zorn there. So he starts with full mana, as long as you trait him fully traded. And really, you should always try to fully trait troops whenever you can, especially empowered troops. Those are the first troops you want to fully trait, is empowered troops, because that's the strongest trait in the game, pretty much. I mean, there's probably an argument, but it's definitely top 3-5 best traits in the game is empowered, because you start with full mana. Like, how can anything get better than that? So any troop that's empowered, you can't go wrong fully trading them. So if you have to pick and choose who you trait because you're low on trait stones, definitely do the empowered troops first, and just troops you use in general that have, you know, good traits. So what I'm looking for here in the beginning is just to get it done. You know, it's not hard at all, but some of you said you wanted to see the events from the beginning and how I create my teams and my thought process, and you know, the first few battles. And then some of you, 1 or 2 of you, said you wanted to see like the end result and what team you can use to get all the resources and maybe make the leaderboard and make it all the way through. So I'm in a rock and a hard place here. I'm thinking either to do something like I'm doing in this video, which I'm showing the very beginning, and then I'm showing also the very end. So if you're thinking right now, man, he's showing the very beginning, I don't want to see this, well, at the end of the video, I'm going to show, like, with 4 towers at the very end. So don't worry, just hang in there. I recorded a little bit at the beginning and a little bit at the end, so best of both worlds. Other than that, the only other thing I can do is maybe the Tuesday video I'll do from the beginning, and the Friday video I'll do at the end, or maybe flip it around the other way, or I can do this if you guys like this. I'll show how I created my team, do a couple of the beginning battles, and then show at the end how the team's doing and do a couple battles. The only hard thing with that is if I try to get the video out on the first day, that means I have to make it all the way to the end just to show a few minutes of footage. So it's harder for me, but if that's what you guys want, that's cool with me. I'll try to get it done. Maybe sometimes I'll have to do just the beginning teams, and maybe sometimes I'll do just the end teams, but I'll try to do both in one video. But anyway, the beginning is easy. Like I said, you just need that recipe. You just need that Mang, and then you need the event troop, and you need a mana generator, and you need Fist of Zorn. That's all you need for this event. It's really easy. So now I'm going to show you some end battles, and I'm going to switch my medals around here. What you really want is 2 attack medals at the end, because that's when how you're going to be doing most of your damage. You're going to be using skulls. Of course, your event troop can still one-shot, so you don't need magic for him or anything else, because he's going to one-shot either way. So you need attack more than anything, just so you can crush everything in one hit with skulls. But you can change to Titan. I'm just showing this. I don't even need to do this. My monk was doing fine. My level 30 monk was doing fine at 4 towers. But just for you know, leaderboard purposes or whatever, showing that change to Titan. Use Ferocity, counterattack, Stone Circle, Storm Aura, Rock Solid, and then I changed to Bloodthirsty so we can get us in Enrage. So anything that helps you with your skulls, and anything that helps you with like Barrier and all that, Fortitude, So you got your Fortitude, your Barrier, your Dust Storm, then you have your Enrage, and then you have a bunch of attack. So you're heavily defensive and heavily attack based. Alright, so what are we looking for? We got our extra turn, we got our Mang up, everything's up right away. All those potions. Potion to win here. We can do one shot on any tower. The one you want to pick, the tower you want to pick, is the one with the most mana. Or sometimes there's a blue and brown tower that has like really heavy skull reduction. So you want to take them out first with your event troop. So because it's going to be hard for you to take it out with Mang and skulls. So if you see that blue and brown tower, go ahead and take it out first. But if you don't, first is the Raven Tower. You want to take out the Raven Tower. That's the highest priority to make sure you take it out. Second priority is that blue and brown tower, just because you can't take it out with skulls very easily. It takes like 5 times the work to get it down. Then after that, your third priority is any tower that has mana. The one with the highest mana, the least mana to go till it casts. That'll be your third priority. After that, it's just maybe start from the bottom and go up would be the next order of priority, because your Mang is going to be taking armor from the top to the bottom. So with Mang, the priority is top to bottom, and with the event troop, the priority is Raven Tower, blue and brown tower, tower with the most mana, and then from the bottom up. Went ahead and collected all my rewards just to show you guys. So we got an Orb of Chaos, orange orb. That's like second worst one for me right now. They're good in the beginning, the orange orbs, because that helps you trait things. So if you didn't have your Fist of Zorn traded, you could use that orange orb to trait. But I'm already up in 6th place, and I've only played for like 30 minutes maybe. I mean, you guys see, I didn't put all this on video, but this is about half of what I did. But yeah, the orange orbs, if you're not going for Zugoth, go ahead and use your orbs if you need them. I used to use my orbs on events, because you get them anyway in the event. So go ahead and use your orange orbs to get Fist of Zorn fully traded, to get your event troop fully traded. Use those blue orbs if you need to get the event troop fully ascended, because it does more damage that way. Use those green orbs, and the way you use your orbs, the best way to use them is Mythic troops is the best value for orbs. Legendary next, you know, it goes down the list. So if you're doing it on a common, if you're using a large orange orb on a common troop, then that's not the way to go. You should already have those little tiny minor stones, or just go get them in the Soul Forge. Whenever I'm looking to fully trade a troop, nowadays, I try to use stones, and then I try to go to the Soul Forge and create stones before I use an orb. So I'm going for Zul'Goth. So I can't use any blue orbs, and I got enough orange orbs, but I don't want to use them all up either. So strategy, once again, just use your Mang from the top down, because you're going to be hitting these towers with skulls. So strip the first one of armor, that way you don't hit it with the skull and get rid of the armor before you can strip it and gain the attack. Because with Mang, any armor you strip, it gives you an attack. So if you're hitting the first tower and knocking off its armor, then you're not going to be able to strip it and get that attack. So that's why you go from the top down with the Mang, and you go from the bottom up with the event troop, because you don't want to be hitting that first tower because you're going to be hitting it with skulls, and you can't target skulls. So anyway, hope this helped y'all out. Like, share, subscribe, hit that join button, and I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully this is the way you guys want it, early and late. So peace.